What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we've got the weekly reset for June 6th, and of course, we're back with the weekly vendor update, and so we're going to jump in and check out the Eververse refresh for the week. Then we also have new steps for the season quest, a new exotic fishing pond featured, plus we'll cover featured loot for the week, vendor inventories such as Banshee and ADA-1, and a few other heads up for the weekly reset in the video. And so, I hope this one is useful guys, and if you dig it, be sure to get subscribed for more D2 content, but now let's get into it. And so starting out, we do have new quest steps for the Into the Depths quest. This is the main kind of season story for Season of the Deep. So as always, we can pick these up by visiting the Helm. Otherwise, this week's exotic fishing pond is featured on Nessus, so we've now seen the full rotation of fishing ponds. So if you want to get your Nessus triumphs done, it's a good time to jump in. And finally, over on Neptune, of course, the Pinnacle drops here have refreshed, like the weekly mission. And if you're jumping into Root of Nightmares, we'll get the Cosmic Equilibrium Challenge, which is dropping the Briar's Contempt linear fusion rifle. Next up though, when it comes to Banshee's inventory right here, we have new featured weapons for the week. And of course, some of these will change throughout the course of the week, but there are a couple of okay rolls right here at the moment. So initially, we've got the Chroma Rush, and we can see Dynamic Sway Reduction and Adrenaline Junkie in the traits. Next up though, we've got Nezarek's Whisper, and this has Lead from Gold, as well as Unstoppable Force. And then we've got the Ostringer right here. This actually has Outlaw and Rangefinder, which may be an interesting role for some folks. It's got Extended Barrel, Hammer Forged, and then we've got Ricochet or Flared Magwell, as well as the traits. So a kind of useful one, potentially. We also have the Sail Spy Pitch Glass linear fusion rifle right here, and this one's got Rapid Hit and Vorpal Weapon, which isn't too bad necessarily. Also though, the Tarnished Metal, and this has got Shoot to Loot, as well as Multi-Kill Clip. So give us your thoughts on those front page weapons right there, but for the next section, we've got the Enyo D submachine gun, and this has got Encore, as well as Vorpal Weapon. We also see the old Sterling auto rifle right here, a new Strand one for the season. This has got Hipfire Grip and Demolitionist. Also, the Deicide shotgun here has Grave Robber, Demolitionist, and then we've got the Fiori Chora 59, probably saying that wrong, but it's Tunnel Vision and Moving Target, as well as the Palmyra B, rocket launcher with auto-loading holster and Adrenaline Junkie. Then finally, we've got the Nazruddin Sword, and this one's got Energy Transfer as well as Valiant Charge. So once again, potentially a couple of decent weapons right there, but if you're after specific better rolls maybe, or other weapons through the week, definitely be sure to check in with Banshee. Next up though, as we head down to Shader 1 in the annex right here, initially for the armor, we do have the Prodigal set of gear. Of course, we're viewing this on the Titan, but if you're after stat rolls or collecting any of this stuff on your various characters, be sure to check in. Nothing absolutely stand out in terms of stats for Titans, but we do have the featured shaders right here. So initially, for 10,000 Glimmer, we've got the Vitrified Chronology shader that you can see right here on my Titan. Pretty cool one. We also have the new Pacific Sync shader, which I believe is one from Titan back in the day. I'm not sure if that one was featured last week, let us know down below. But we've got the Dead Orbit Resurrection here as well. Let's have a quick preview of that one. Pretty cool if you're into your black and white shaders. And yes, I'm rocking some of the new dungeon armor right here, which does look pretty cool. But give us your thoughts down below as to whether any of those shaders are useful. Here though, we finally get onto the Eververse store for the week, and we do have quite a few items from back in Season of Defiance. So for 3,250 Bright Dust, initially there is the Spray and Pray exotic emote right there, which is certainly a pretty cool one. Let us know if you plan to pick it up. We also have the Assembly Rider exotic Sparrow that we can get a bit of a preview again from back in Season of Defiance, and that one's 2,500 Bright Dust. And then we have the Signal Intercept Transman effect for 450 Bright Dust. And for featured shaders on the front page, we've got the Springtide Faint. As always, these will be 300 Bright Dust, a very pink shader right there. And finally, we also have the Trinity shader available on the front page as well. Then moving over to the main Bright Dust section here, we have the Hacker Time exotic emote. This one's 3,250 Bright Dust as well. On top of that, we have the Power Check legendary emote, which is 700 Bright Dust right here, a pretty cool one. Then we've got the Astrologic Shell for 2,850 Bright Dust from back in Season of Defiance as well. A lot of Defiance loot right here. But then we've got the Metropolis Flyer, which is 2,500 Bright Dust as well. An interesting looking exotic Sparrow right there. We also have the Bunker ornament for the Bug Out bag for 700 Bright Dust. Of course, this has been reprised this season, so maybe an ornament to add to your collections. But for the featured weapon ornament, we have the Al-Hidad. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but it is an ornament for the Crimson right there, which is a pretty cool one. Once again, from back in Season of Defiance, and this has got 1250 bright dust, as always. Then we've got the thumbs up projection for 1500 bright dust. Then for the second page bright dust shaders right here, we have the temperature wash shader. Once again, these are 300 bright dust. In addition to that, we have the verdigris shader, which is an interesting sort of green shader right there. And then we've got the circadian chill. I'm sure this one has been featured a few times, but pretty nice nonetheless. And finally for shaders, we have the heat shielded shader, which is a pretty nice one there as well. So let us know if you plan to pick up any of these. Next though, we have the sterile neutrino effects transmat effect for 450 bright dust. Let's take a quick preview of that one right there. In addition though, we have the pyramid entrance transmat effect, which is another pretty cool one right there. And very finally, we've got the signal intercept transmat effect, which I believe was also featured on the front page, seeing a few duplicate items right here and things coming up very regularly. But nonetheless, let us know if any of the items in the store are interesting for you guys this week. Finally right here though, for the featured lost sectors this week, for today, we've got K1 Communion dropping exotic legs. Then for Wednesday, June 7th, it'll be Sepulture dropping exotic gauntlets, and that's followed by exotic chest pieces dropping from Extraction on June the 8th. Then we'll get Aphelion's Rest on June 9th, dropping exotic helmets. That's followed by exotic legs dropping from the Chamber of Starlight on June 10th. Then we'll see the Bay of Drowned Wishes on June 11th, dropping exotic gauntlets. And finally for June 12th, it'll be Vel's Labyrinth, dropping exotic chest pieces. And so for this vendor and rewards update video for today, that's everything we have to speak about. But as always, I will be keeping you posted with more Destiny content, so feel free to get subscribed if you want to see more D2 stuff. And additionally, a rating down below really does help us out on the channel. Let us know what you plan to get done in the game this week, but otherwise, as always, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I hope you have an awesome day.
Remind them we're not in danger. We are the danger.